Y'all, Zoran Mamdani literally just gave every gift he could possibly ever give to the Republicans going for Congress nationwide, Senate-wide, everybody. Because this guy just went, I'm a socialist, and poured gasoline on that fire. I mean, literally, guys, this was socialism injected right into the veins and the biggest gift on the planet. Because you talk about framing Democrats as socialist, this pretty much took the cake, and you don't even have to say anything, you just play the clips. We've got socialist anthems, we've got socialism being talked about. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the biggest gift on the planet to every single Republican outside of New York City, and we're going to walk through it right now. Everything will be linked in the description box below, of course. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on to Spelling Freedom, and socialism, to be quite candid, is one of the mainstays of what we need to do, so we have got a lot of work to do. All right, listen. I'm not even going to bury the lead on you. I'm going to play a few excerpts from this coronation of Lenin 2.0 in New York City today, or yesterday rather, and honest to goodness, it is the wildest, feel-good, completely out of touch with reality rhetoric that I've ever heard. Talk about placating. All right, I've got him, I've got Hochul, I've got all of it. Watch this. We're about to have a little expedition into democratic socialism. Yeah, watch this.
I was elected as a democratic socialist, and I will govern as a democratic socialist. I will not abandon my principles for fear of being deemed radical. As the great senator from Vermont once said, what's radical is a system which gives so much to so few and denies so many people the basic necessities of life. We will strive each day to ensure that no New Yorker is priced out of any one of those basic necessities. And throughout it all
right. I just want to highlight the big irony that Bernie Sanders literally has 3 lake houses because of his book sales that he sold through capitalism on exposure through marketing from media corporations, which are 100% capitalist based. Guys, it's all a big fraud. It is nothing but a fraud and a scam and a sham and complete and totally built on envy, jealousy, and greed. And every single time it always ends with the death of hundreds of millions of people. But don't worry, they're going to put socialism with democratic in front of it as the new hotness. Guys, you are literally watching the branding of the Democratic Party nationally like you have never seen before. This is literally, I couldn't write this better. All right, let's continue.
we will, in the words of Jason Terrence Phillips, better known as Jadakiss or Jay to the Moi, be outside. Because this is a government of New York, by New York, and for New York. Beginning today, we will govern expansively and audaciously. We may not always succeed, but never will we be accused of lacking the courage to try. To those who insist that the era of big government is over, hear me when I say this. No longer will City Hall hesitate to use its power to improve New Yorkers' lives.
The era of big government is not over? Are you writing Republican campaign speeches, Cupcake? Because it sounds like you sure as hell are. Okay, let's keep on going. I got even more for you. Like, literally, guys, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, apparently, rugged individualism is now bad, and that's now gone in replacement for collectivism. And by the way, I'm not paraphrasing that. Listen to the dude. Watch, he's writing Republican campaign speeches.
We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
We're going to replace the frigidity of, rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism? If you mean by warmth, the bullets spent from the Red Guard killing all of their own population to the count of 100 million people in the 20th century alone, yep, real warm. That frigid individualism and rugged individualism specifically. Y'all, seriously, you can't make this stuff up. Let's keep on going. I mean, like, I would expect that I'd have to like embellish this a little bit. I don't. Look at all the promises. Man, this is so I don't worry about the fact that Hochul's about to say she's not raising taxes, but all of this is going to be free. And by the way, did you like that little coverall? It's like, well, we might not work, but I mean, at least we tried. Y'all, God.
The cost of childcare will no longer discourage young adults from starting a family.
Sorry, I have to. On the left, in the liberalism, when did the cost of owning or starting a family inhibit anyone from having children? I'm pretty sure feminism did that through making women the slave in that scenario through the victimhood of patriarchy. I'm pretty sure it wasn't affordability because the big government state of New York didn't give me enough benefits so that I could have more children. I'm pretty sure the argument for the left has never been, we need to give people more money to have kids. I think the argument has always been, don't you dare get pregnant because you need to be a girl boss and have a career because you don't want to be a victim to men who want you barefoot naked into the kitchen. I mean, like, these guys just make this crap up. Anyway, let's keep on going. Sorry, I'm emotional about this stuff, but seriously, it's like writing campaign speeches.
Because we will deliver universal child care for the many by taxing the wealthiest few. Those in rent-stabilized homes will no longer dread the latest rent hike because we will freeze the rent. Getting on a bus without worrying about a fare hike or whether you'll be able to get to your destination on time will no longer be deemed a small miracle because we will make those buses fast and free.
All right, somebody needs to teach this moron about something called tragedy of the commons, because when there's no cost, there's no personal investment, everything just goes to shit and everyone destroys it because they don't have any ownership of it. Blaming the rich guy and providing all of these things with no new income taxes, by the way, because Kathy Hochul, which I'm about to show you, has said, we're not raising taxes. So you're going to make the buses free. You're going to freeze all rents by putting in price ceilings. That's a manipulation of the market. That's not going to do anything to people wanting to not be landlords. And then you're also going to provide all the universal health care. All, by the way, these are things that you can't do in the city of New York without the state legislature doing it. So other than just writing Republican campaign speeches, of which you're completely and totally going to undermine all the Democrats nationally in purple states, what are you accomplishing here other than placating just to the lefties who want free shit? Because it doesn't make a lick of sense. There is not a modicum of, oh, we're going to get it done through this way. No. We're going to hope and pray our way through this. And then when it doesn't work, we said it might not work, but at least we had the courage to try. Because the frigid rigidity of rugged individualism has been replaced by the warmth of collectivism. Even though nothing will be provided, you'll be frozen, have no food, no nothing, and capitalists will suffer. But at least we tried. Typical rich kid, man. God, it never ends. Oh, and by the way, this is the Socialist the Socialist anthem they played. I'm not going to play that because that is just trash. They literally played the Socialist anthem in the capital of New York today during the mayor's inauguration. They're going hard. How many campaign ads have you seen right now already? Socialist anthem, freezing pricing, free buses, free universal health care, taxing the wealthy, getting rid of rugged individualism for collectivism, and they're going to basically be democratic socialists. I mean, like, literally, that's 7 off of one speech. Yo, this is wild. And you want to see where it all comes crashing into brutal Democrat mayor or governor reality? Right here. Watch this.
Described it. A democratic socialist agenda, free childcare, free buses, rent freeze. The list goes on. I talked to him on Monday night. He said to me he hasn't wavered 1 millimeter on raising taxes on New York City's wealthiest residents to pay for some of that. Now, Governor, you have said repeatedly that you would not raise taxes. You said, quote, I've said there's no new income taxes. Do you stand by that promise?
Yes. Again, what I find so fascinating is all this conversation about how I'm continuing to lead New York State. I'm the one putting money back in people's pockets and cutting middle-class taxes, as I've done, and finding ways to support child care. These are areas where I'm aligned with Zoran Mamdami. And we'll work on this and build more housing so people can have a roof over their heads in New York.
Okay, how are you going to build more housing while at the exact same time putting pricing controls on everything? Seriously, guys, do you see the end road here? You can't, because it's going off of a cliff. It is embarrassingly bad. But here's the bottom line. I don't care what happens in New York. That's their choice. It's not my locality. I don't live anywhere near a blue state. In fact, the closest whiff of a blue state is several hundred miles from me. But honest to goodness, all they have done in this little socialist wet dream mayoral inauguration is write Republican campaign speeches. Honest to God. Every single Democrat in a purple state is going to be tied directly to the far left progressives and Democratic socialists that just did all of this pomp and circumstance around being socialist in New York. Oh, this is going to be fun. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. Later.